Now, why does he back with his head low? That's just kind of his thing. You know, I don't really expect it to go that low. When I say want it to, I really don't care, because he's not gonna back up that low in the show pen, I doubt it. But that's just kind of his thing. So as long as he's soft, and I pick up on his face, and he gives to me, as long as he does those things, like when I pick up here, as long as he gets soft, I don't really care where he puts his head, as long as it's soft. Now, pick up. Now, I'm actually starting to do a lot of this one-handed with him as well. I want just as much control going backwards in one hand as what I do two. Change legs. Now I'm going to leave him be. Well, again, he can't hear me, but I get in the habit of saying it because I do it with my other horses anyway. If I feel like his left shoulder's out towards me a little bit, I'll back him up like this. He's kind of in a straight line, but I'm pushing his shoulder off to my right with my left leg. Now I'm going to change shapes and push him off in a straight line, but his shoulder's off to the right. Change shapes, little stiff there, push him off that way. So I just want to make sure that I can move all 5 body parts as good going backwards as what I can forwards. And I'll typically do a session of backing like this for sure once a week, sometimes twice. If I don't like, let's say he was a little stiff today and I wasn't quite happy with how soft he was, I'll make backing like this a priority tomorrow as well. So I'll for sure make backing up a warm-up exercise at least once a week, but sometimes twice. Love that, that felt really soft. The backup is the foundation. See, if I kick him here, he should speed up. Cool. My legs will move his feet more. You know, and I've got pretty dull spurs on, they're not sharp at all. And what's pretty cool about this horse is he's dead lazy. I mean, he's the laziest bastard in the world. But it takes very little to wake him up. That's a great combination. One that's cold, but wakes up, okay? Now there he's kind of overreacting a little bit to me. Well, so I'll do a lot of that as well, just kind of walking him forward, taking my legs off. His job to get back. Cool. When I take my legs off, I want them screaming to get back. That's how you get that big stop on them. They gotta wanna get back. Take my legs off, now I just let my legs hang and relax. He's self-perpetuating the back up here. A little bit crooked with his right shoulder, so I'll kind of move that over a little bit. Cool. And I'll do this at the walk and trot too. Just jogging forward. Love that. A little bit crooked there with his right shoulder. Cool. A horse can theoretically back up straight, but they're leaning a shoulder out or they're leaning a hip out. So don't be fooled just because the horse is backing straight, but that means he is straight. I want everything perfectly straight from nose to tail. Trot him forward. Little crooked here. So his shoulder wants to come to my right, so I'm going to push his shoulder to my left, push his hip to my right. Well, and then the very end of it is the reward. Good boy. So that there is about how long I do that. You know, I was talking a little bit, but you know, I work on it for 5 to 10 minutes, but it's my warm-up. And I just want it to be, so the only thing I'm going to do different with him now is just start doing a lot more of it one-handed. You know what I mean? Where it's easy, where everything is one-handed, moving his body part left and right. I don't have to shimmy the reins to get him to change shapes. He'll do it off my legs. Keep my hand up, he'll get soft when I put my hand down. Whoa. Did you notice then? I helped him with the back. I had my hand up and said, get soft to me, Titan. But when I stuck my hand down in his mane, what did you notice he didn't do? He didn't do this. You know, a lot of horses will do that. They just, and he kind of wanted to do it in the beginning too, but they just die in the ass. It's like the engine of the car stops. When I put my hand down, he said, I'm gonna keep backing, because unless I hear, well, with him, it's me moving my hand forward like that. But my other horses, until I hear the word whoa, I'm gonna back around this arena for the next hour. Until I hear whoa, backup's not over now. And I find that if you get them that strict in a backup to where they're listening to you that much, everything just gets easier. The backup is the foundation of respect. The backup is the foundation of listen to me. See, I didn't like that just there. Let me reprimand him a little bit here. When I took my legs off, he stopped and backed up, but I didn't feel any urgency about it. I didn't feel like, you know, his life depends on it. That was better. Oh. Remember, backing is the foundation of respect. I tell people in the method of Downunder Horsemanship, backing fixes biting on the ground, backing fixes pushy horses, backing fixes leading problems, backing fixes aggressive horses. Backing up is the most ultimate I respect you exercise you can do. So the better they back up on the ground, also the better they'll back up on the saddle. But especially in the reining performance horse world, a lot of people underestimate how much a great backup can make a stop improve. A great backup will make any stop a horse does look prettier. And when you have a great stop and a great backup, it's hard for the judges not to mark you. But if you have a great stop with an average to poor backup, you know, you leave a little bit of a sour taste in that judge's mouth. Was it really that good? You know, there's a lot of maneuvers in a reining class that, you know, it may be more like, you know, the horse stops an easy plus half, which means it was for sure a plus half. Was it a +1? Yeah. You know, probably not, but you could have theoretically marked it a +1. So in your mind, the next maneuver, you might give them a little extra for that one. You know, it's not written down like that, but every judge does it. You know what I mean? You're kind of keeping a little bit of a mental tally in your mind. It was better than a +half because there's not a +3/4 score. So it was better than a +half, but it wasn't as good as a +1. Well, when you get a great stop that theoretically is close to being a +1 and it has a great backup, oh yeah, that judge is going to be much more willing in his mind to give the whole thing a +1. But if you got a stop that's almost a +1 with an average to crappy backup, more than likely is going to drop you down to a +half. Why is that important? The hallmark of a great reining horse is the sliding stop. A sliding stop is where you gallop that horse down the arena and you say, whoa, and he buries his ass in the ground. He tries to break his hind leg off on the ground. Even though he's got sliding plates on and the ground's, you know, 2.5, 3 inches deep so he can slide somewhere, if that ground was 6 inches deep and it was a field, a cornfield, he would still try to break his legs off and stop in it, okay? Well, it'd be like you running up and and all of a sudden somebody said, cliff. If you didn't stop, you go off the end of the cliff. Like your life depends on it. That's the mentality that I want a reining horse to have. When I say that word, whoa, or I take my legs off, get back. There's nothing there except the cliff. You're gonna fall off the edge of it, okay? Now, even with a great backup, can you make a horse with no natural ability to stop? Absolutely not. and believe me, just trust me on this, but for many, many years, I drove myself nuts trying to make horses stop and stop great, but just didn't have any natural talent to do it, okay? They gotta wanna stop. These big stopping horses that are winning, make no mistake, they've got good trainers, so I don't wanna take anything away from the trainers. But don't be fooled into thinking they're making those horses stop. You don't make a border collie work sheep. It wants to work sheep. You don't make a golden retriever, run out in the pond and pick up the duck and bring it back to the hunter. It's instinct for them. They want to do it. Now, make no mistake, that border collie still needs a great trainer to bring out the best of his natural instinct to work sheep or work cattle, okay? That golden retriever still needs a great trainer to train exactly when to go get the duck and bring it back, blah, blah, blah. But the instinct is there, okay, to go do what they're bred to do. So I'm just telling you right now, I've had a lot of really well-bred horses over my career that just couldn't stop. Their mothers could stop, their fathers could stop, but this thing didn't have a lick of stop in it, okay? But most of the time when the father's a big stopper and the mother's a big stopper, most of the time the instinct's there to do it. But I'll just say this, even though a backup's very important to produce a great stop, it will not make a non-stopping horse into a stopping horse. It'll make them a better horse, I'm not gonna say it won't, but it's not gonna change the fact that they won't stop. Righto, so that's kind of our warm-up there for today. Don't forget to check out our next training session with Titan and the Method.